What's up? I had no idea how that was going to go because we tried a new intro and outro thing on StreamYard, but it worked out just fine. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Mark. This is Dynasty Pylon. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? How you feeling? You're one round away from a rematch with G Money for the toilet bowl.
Oh yeah, it's my fault. I wasn't paying attention. I kept on saying, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna start Aaron Rodgers," and then I never moved him. I was like, well, this is what you do.
Hey, you know what's even funnier? I'm not even gonna lie. I thought I did the exact same thing. I was like, my lineup's set, and then the 1 o'clock game or the first set of games started, and I go, oh no, Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson, Ertz, they're all on my bench. And then Goff went off for 52 points. And I was like,
it just worked out for you.
God, I did not make these changes that I thought I did because everything worked out the way it was supposed to.
I totally had forgotten. I was like, okay. Because it's like
I thought I had done it. I mean, I even told you on the show, like, got Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson, and Ertz in. We got done early. I was so confident that I already done it. I didn't even I looked at the other. I looked at the other league. I looked at my pick'ems, all this stuff, and then I never got around to looking at the Dynasty Pylon. And then the 1 o'clock game started, and I was like, oh no. And then I swear to God, the game started. Tony Pollard and somebody else just got touchdowns right off the bat. And I was like, okay, that works.
The exact opposite happened for me. I was like, crap. I knew I was
like, Jay having a career game with Mac Jones as his QB.
I don't even understand. But Mac Jones, he's not even reading the easiest saying, all right, who's open? It's always going to be him. I'm going to throw the BTJ every single time. That's just what it is. Just going to go with it.
I'll take it.
Well, we got week 16 coming up. Dude, it's like we have a game Thursday, we got a game Saturday, we got a game Sunday, we got a game Monday, then we have a game Wednesday, we got a game Thursday. Yeah. So I was like, we have more football in the next 2
Friday
weeks ever.
Isn't there going to be one on? Is there another one on Friday?
I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Is that what it is next week?
I think so, yeah. Pretty sure there's another Friday game.
That's nuts. I know the Bears play Thursday. I was like, but there's a Wednesday
game. Football for Christmas. You got your wish.
It's like every day, if you could imagine it, they did it. Like I'm pulling it up right now.
Imagine looking at a week and just going, man, Tuesday's the only day. And then there's bowl games on Tuesday, so you still got football.
So it's Wednesday, 2 games on Wednesday, 1 game on Thursday, no games on Friday.
So no game on Friday. Okay.
3 games on Saturday, multiple games on Sunday, and then we have Monday next week.
Jeez.
So 5 games next week. Was it this week? It's 1, 2, 3, 4 days a game this week. So the next 2, there's 9 days out of 14 of football. The NFL knows what they're doing, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's gonna get it every day of the week. Watch.
There's no doubt. So what day is today? It's football day. Of course, every day is football day.
Well, that's what I said. And even when you don't have NFL, this is bowl season, so there'll be some bowl games if you want to go watch them.
That's why I was surprised it's starting this Saturday. I'm like, bowls are starting. Everything's going. Was it 12 teams playoff? It's all starting Saturday. So why?
No, first one's Friday.
It's Friday? Well,
yeah, first one's Friday. And then you got Saturday. It's the rest of them, the 21st.
NFL, college football, that is literally your holiday time. So I guess we should get ready for all this stuff. My first question for you is, I want to talk about these Christmas lists for certain teams. I'm going to give you a team. You give me a Christmas list, and then you can give me a team, and you and vice versa. We'll just do this for 3 sets. So you pick 3 teams, I'll pick 3 teams, and we'll just go back and forth. And for everyone else, it's off the top of our heads. So, like, don't be surprised if we forget something. But since I'm going first, I'm going to give you the New York Jets. What's on their Christmas list?
God, the New York Jets?
Yeah.
Well, at this point, their Christmas list, getting a good head coach that knows how to work with Aaron Rodgers. If they bring Aaron Rodgers back,
do you want Aaron Rodgers back?
It'll be a new quarterback. Who knows?
That's what I would want. First thing I want is a new quarterback.
But it's the Jets. Will they know how to use a new quarterback?
I don't know, man. That's what they do. What if Sam Darnold goes back to New York?
I don't think he would ever go back. Unless it's the Giants.
What if they offered him $30 million? What if they offer him $40 million?
They could offer him $100 million. I don't think he would go.
What if they told him they're going to draft a left tackle and a center, first and second round. And they have all those weapons, and they're going to make who's the offensive coordinator for the Bills? Joe Brady? And they're going to make Joe Brady the head coach. You think he will go back?
I mean, I guess we could never say never, but I mean, I don't think he would personally.
Joe Brady, I think that's a great offensive mind. Very much like O'Connell. You know, like they have super weapons. They have 2 running backs. You know, they have a lot of receivers. If they could draft a left tackle and a center, that line could be reconfigured to be really, really good.
They already drafted a left tackle.
I mean, a good one.
Oh,
I don't like
the guy.
No. Injury prone. I think they
can. That good.
I think they need more. I think that you need a better overall. I think he's a right tackle. I've always thought that though. Fashanu, I always thought Fashanu was a right tackle. And thought Fashanu could go to right tackle. You draft a new left tackle so that your tackles are set. That's pretty good. So maybe you need to go get a guard, go Elijah Vera Tucker. Then your line is set. If you have a good line, you got Breece Hall and Braylon Allen, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Alan Lazard. I mean, we're talking about a team right now, right? And you got Tyrod Taylor already there to mentor.
You actually give that defense something to play for.
Exactly. So all of a sudden, Will McDonald starts playing the way he needs. Quentin Williams starts playing the way he wants to. Hassan Reddick starts playing the way you think he deserves to. I mean, all of a sudden, you have a team that should be good if they get their Christmas list.
You say that about a lot of teams.
Yeah, Alejandro, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, Alejandro?
All right. You give me a team, man.
No, that's too easy. We're not gonna go there.
Jets are easier. The Bears are super easy.
Oh yeah, I'm not going Bears. Kansas City Chiefs.
That's actually a really interesting one, I want to say. So the Kansas City Chiefs, if I was
don't do the cop-out answer of saying Mahomes being healthy.
Exactly. The number one thing on their list.
No,
I want a healthy Mahomes.
That's what everyone's gonna say. Come on, man.
But that's exactly what they need, right? They with Patrick Mahomes, they don't need anything. Yeah. All on their Christmas list is to say that Kelsey, and this whole thing with Swift, Taylor Swift is almost forgotten. So Kelsey can focus on football. Not that they need to break up, but that it's no longer the story. That they know they're together. It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You're hoping that Mahomes could be healthy and everyone could be going the right way. Because, and honestly, next season they need a better line. They need to go draft a good left tackle and then reconfigure from there.
Yeah.
The problem is that they're
sure
so
Mahomes,
good.
I was going to say that's Mahomes' number one Christmas wish list is an offensive line that can actually block for it.
It's like get rid of DJ Humphries. I don't need Cooney going from left guard to left tackle all the damn time.
Right.
That's all he does.
Like no one can block. I'm always getting hit.
So if he can get a strong line, if you have a team like that, you have 2 good running backs. You actually have a good backup quarterback. I'm not in love with their wide receivers, but I think they'll grow into themselves. And that's what you have to do when you have to pay a quarterback that much money. I think their defense is amazing. But if they get a healthy Mahomes right now and a Travis Kelce that's totally focused, can you tell me that this team can't still win the Super Bowl?
Oh, with that defense, I have no doubt.
Derby says, all right, forget about tomorrow's football game. There's only one thing that matters. That's Superman
trailer. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I knew Derby was gonna think that. I would say the poster was pretty cool. I love the flowing thing you saw on Instagram, but we'll see. We'll see. It will either save everything for DC or it'll ruin it, one way or another.
It's a lot of pressure.
All right, my turn. I get to give you a team. I'm going to give you the Chicago Bears.
Why are you giving me the Bears?
Why? Because I didn't get to do Panda Grizzly yesterday because I was sick. So
that's true. I never did get a notification in real life.
For
the Bears, I mean, head coach aside, it's offensive line.
Okay.
If you could get an offensive line, I think your entire offense would function a lot different. You'd be able to run the ball more consistently. Give Caleb Williams some time. He might actually be able to show you he can be good. He showed flashes when they're able to block for him.
He holds on to the ball too long, and this is what we saw. And this has been my complaint. From before they drafted him, right? It's like why am I gonna grab a guy who holds on to the ball that can't run? Because if you're gonna hold on to the ball, then you either have to be amazing, have an amazing line. You might better be otherworldly, or you gotta be able to run the ball. AK, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. That's the only way you can hold on to the ball this way, or be 6'5", 300 pounds, and like Ben Roethlisberger. Those are the only instances, right? That's it.
It's only 300 pounds, not 500.
But he was a mountain of a man. So I just feel like that is the only way these things are possible. So I think, and I honestly, if I'm on my Christmas list, it's a long one. I need to give me a defensive end on the other side.
Then that's coaching. Then you got to coach him to not hold the ball.
Well, yeah, but he's been already used to that. And give me it. So I need a head coach.
Yeah, that's what I said. Head coach aside, obviously head coach.
Then I need an offensive-minded head coach or a great
leader.
A
short list of like 3 coaches that they were interested. Ben Johnson was on there.
Ben Johnson's going to be one of it. I think Joe Brady's going to be on there, and then probably Vrabel.
Vrabel.
Yeah, I think that will be it. The Bears want either a great offensive mind or they want a great leader. So I think all those will be on the list. So
hey, could you imagine if the Giants do fire Daboll and you had
exactly
Vrabel and Daboll come in?
Exactly. Bro. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Vrabel and Daboll coming into the Chicago Bears to fix the team. You can't tell me you ain't got leadership then.
Right? Imagine Daboll is on that offense. Yeah. Don't be sad I got rid of Adonze.
But then again, you always have what's his name? Saleh. Go with Ben Johnson. Robert Saleh was Ben Johnson. So I think that those are all, same type of thoughts. Derby got his shirt and cape ready for it. Yeah, wait till the actual movie to have your shirt and cape. Even though I wear mine under my Black Panther stuff under every clothes I have, just in case. I might be stupid, but it's Caleb Williams and Shedeur Sanders.
No, Shedeur Sanders can run.
Exactly. I was gonna say, what are you talking about? No. Well, I think Caleb has a stronger arm, but Shedeur Sanders is an amazing athlete as a runner. He knows. Here's the problem I have with Caleb Williams. When it's 2nd and 10 and he's holding on to the ball for a sack, instead of realizing getting those extra 6 or 7 yards, making it third and manageable, is the difference between having a great offense and being a mediocre offense. And you want to be like Patrick Mahomes, then you need to do those things. Patrick Mahomes is the best at that. You don't have anything there, but he comes and gets 6 yards and goes out of bounds. So those are things I love seeing. So I don't know how good Shedeur is at reading, but we'll see. Reading the defense.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because he's definitely going to be there. Someone's going to draft him. He might be in New York. We'll see.
Could be Las Vegas.
It could be.
I already saw the tank for Shedeur signs up against the Falcons in the Falcons game. So,
oh, that's perfect because that sets me up for my team. I'm going to give you the Atlanta Falcons.
I just did the Bears. Oh, you just gave me the Bears. It's my turn.
Damn it! Don't give me the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, I can't give you the Atlanta Falcons.
You could. You can give me anything you want.
No,
can't change the rules in the middle of the game.
Since you gave me your team, I'll give you mine. The Washington Commanders.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Only thing you're on your wish list is just keep Jaden Daniels healthy and get as many players back healthy as possible. because that team is built to win and has a coaching staff that's there to win, and an offensive coordinator that's probably going to be gone next year. So you need to do whatever you can. I think it's a team that can surprise a lot of other teams, and if it gets by the first round, don't be surprised if it ends up in the NFC Championship game. I told you this before the season that they're going to win, 9 or 10 games. They're going to win that many games.
We're at 9 already, so
they're at 9.
Can't win 9.
I
think that we eliminated the Cowgirls.
But I think one-on-one, they could probably give Philadelphia a problem because it's an in-division rival, right? So if that's the case, then they could get an NFC Championship game, just like that team up north did. And if that's all you really want is a chance, and Jaden gives you a chance if he's healthy and the rest of your team is healthy. So you saying I got a chance? Yes. So that will be the only thing to be on my list.
Raiders wish list is Shedeur Sanders in Vegas.
100% the Raiders are. All right, Alejandro got a good question here.
He does.
Should I go with Love or Bo Nix? Now, the reason why this is such a good question is because as soon as you count Love out, he has a good game. I feel like he's like the most consistent of the QBs, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, Bo Nix has a chance, but I don't know. My opponent in the first round of the playoffs decided to play Bo Nix over Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts sitting down there with 40 points. Bo Nix got him 11. But
that's what you should think. I mean, he's still a rookie, right?
He's still a rookie.
I have him ranked I think 12 going into this week. I want to say that because they go against the Chargers, and that's always a tough game overall.
I was going to say they're going against the Chargers. That defense is going to be hard to do anything against.
And Love is going against New Orleans, who, although
that defense isn't terrible either.
They're trying hard, but I do believe that New Orleans, I think Green Bay goes through them, pretty easily.
But is Green Bay just going to run all the touchdowns in with Jacobs?
They could.
That's what they did last week.
They could, and I think that's your fear.
Tutties.
But overall, my answer still would be Jordan Love. I will worry about the Chargers going against a rookie.
I don't disagree. I would still go Love over Nix.
Because Jim Harbaugh is really smart. So that's not something you want to deal with. Trying to go into this is the second round of the playoffs, so I'm definitely going Love over him.
Because who they just played this past week? The Colts. Struggled.
100%. Another defense is good. Defensive line is good, but the rest of the defense is kind of suspect.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't have that with the Chargers. They're good top to bottom.
Exactly. Everywhere you look.
I would definitely go Love. Better weapons, too.
BTJ, Adams, or Sutton?
I'm going to go BTJ. I don't think you can not go BTJ at this point.
I want to say Sutton. I think I have to go BTJ. Sutton has been more reliable consistently, but it looks like Mac Jones is not even reading the defense anymore. He's like, set hut. All right, where's BTJ? All right, here we go. That's all he's doing. He's just going back and just throwing the ball. BTJ is my Puka Nacua of last year right now. Which surprises me because I didn't see him coming. I knew he was going to be good. I always knew Brian Thomas was going to be good. I didn't see him being that good, that fast. But he is. He's there.
Yeah, second round pick.
Good pick.
Out of my top 4 picks, he was my 4th pick. And somehow he's the best one.
But he is, though. He really
my 2 running backs haven't even gotten into football games yet. So,
but running backs didn't even matter. It's so hard for running backs. If you weren't going to have Bucky Irving, then that was it.
And no one was drafted. I don't even know people were drafting Bucky Irving. 5th round pick.
So I got BTJ right now at number 12 overall in NFL, which is pretty good, right? I have Adams at 9, and I have Sutton at 10. You know, but BTJ could get closer, but Adams had a big game too, guys. Did you guys see how much Devontae had?
You did. Those look at defensive matchups. The Jets are playing the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Jaguars are playing the Raiders.
BTJ, guys. 100%.
BTJ.
100%. That's where we're going.
They just lost their 3rd string running back for the season.
Like, Antonio Pierce is like this.
They're going to go to Running Backs R Us to get another guy in there.
So maybe I'll shift it up. Since you gave me the easy one, instead of giving you Atlanta, we'll end on Atlanta and we'll both talk about Atlanta.
Okay.
Well, then what will be your Raiders Christmas list?
It's just like, where do you start with? I mean, clearly quarterback. I mean, I don't know if Shedeur Sanders is the answer, but I think for this draft class, he's probably
the safest one.
The safest one, I go safest one. I mean, Quinn Ewers, maybe he could be good.
I think Quinn Ewers goes back. I think he goes back for another year.
There's no way he's going to go back with that would start a riot in Texas.
No. He'll go to another team. Like Ohio
you need to go to transfer portal.
Yeah, he goes to Ohio State.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, there's no way. He does not have a spot if he goes back to Texas.
They don't want him now. They're like,
that's what I'm saying.
Please get hurt.
They were probably mad he came back.
If he wanted to stay hurt, we would win the national championship. So bad.
And then he couldn't beat Georgia.
But no, I do think he goes to Ohio State. Makes $6 million next year instead of making, $5 in the NFL. But yeah, so no, I think Shedeur Sanders is probably the best guy going to the Raiders. And then what else they need? I mean, everything. Running back.
Need everything. They need running back. They need. I mean, even receiver isn't that great. Offensive line.
They don't need tight end. They don't need tight end.
I mean, they have a couple of pieces that I like on defense. I mean, obviously Max Crosby. I love Divine Diablo. I think he's a heck of a linebacker. And then they have Moorweek in the secondary at safety. I think he's a beast. So like defense, I feel like is a little bit more stable, but even outside those three, they need help.
Because I'll still say they need another corner. If they had another shutdown corner, and that's
who's the first one?
Yeah. They need if they had one shutdown corner, I think they'll be okay.
I was like, wait, who's the one they have now?
Yeah,
last time I checked, Monroe, the old Washington Commanders football player, was like their number one corner.
No, isn't it? I can't remember his name. I think Jack Jones and Richardson. The Cameron.
Maybe I don't know. See, we don't even know their corners' names.
Like the fact that I don't know it, the whole team, you can't figure out. Well. It tells you enough, right?
That's not holding up well for your chances.
Yeah, but I think Tyree Wilson can end up being something still. So having that next to Max Crosby, I think that could end up being good. They have some pieces, but yeah, I think if they get they need quarterback. I think they need offensive coordinator. I think they need running back.
The ones who brought in Wilkins?
Yes.
For the Dolphins? But he's hurt. I think he got hurt, didn't he?
Yep. He's on IR, yeah.
Yeah, so if they get him back, like I said, that defense
could be really good.
A couple of pieces, they could be pretty good. Like you said, the corner is a must. Maybe one more linebacker. Not that bad. But their offense is just such in shambles.
Like, I mean, when Trey Tucker's your number one guy, like, I mean,
as soon as you traded Adams away, your offense there's just nothing there. Not only that, you lost Jacobs and Adams basically a span of a couple months, maybe 6-ish months. But Still,
doesn't matter. Within the same offseason, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, off-season / season. Adams was traded during the season, but you lost your best 2 offensive players, and you got nothing in return for Jacobs because he went to free agency.
And then they have how many picks do they have?
We get a second-round pick for Adams, I think.
I believe so.
So you do have two second-round picks. So you got that going for you. Maybe if you have a good draft, I think that's their Christmas list. An amazing draft.
Good job.
You can knock this draft out. You can turn that team around quick.
Especially because they could have the number 1 or 2 overall.
They got the Jets second-round pick, and they're not great. So they could have 2 high second-round picks. You know, bring in a corner, bring in an offensive lineman, Wishlist, bring in, you know, maybe a running back or a receiver in free agency. I mean, it wouldn't be too imaginable to turn that team around too fast.
Especially, what if they get the number 1 pick?
I think they have the number 1 pick right now.
I think the Giants end up with the number 1 pick, though.
Do they? That would suck because they'd probably be the ones who. Imagine Sanders going number 1 overall. Ooh.
I think Travis Hunter might go number 1 overall.
The Giants will go Travis Hunter.
And then you go shut down corner there. I think the Raiders might go Travis Hunter.
Is that what he plays in the NFL? Is corner?
Yeah, he's corner. He's a good receiver, but he's a special corner.
So you let him play corner and then kind of Deion Sanders it up, and
every 5th play, I let him go.
Maybe
go
let
play
him
offense.
if you are daring enough, let him return punts.
Yeah. Well, I mean when you need it. When you need it. Yeah, but I think he's even more dynamic than Deion. So on offense, like, you let him play offense for real. Like, so you like every series, like he gets 1 play every series. Like, you know, every 3 downs, he gets 1 play.
Yeah.
You know, just put him in there. Just because he's there, the team is going to change. He could be a decoy, but they're going to change just for having him there. That's a special athlete. Alejandro says, I have B-Rob, I have ETN on the bench. Kamara is questionable. K doesn't play. Oh, Kamara doesn't play until Monday. Should I risk it with Kamara or swap him for one of those 2? I know what I would do. I don't even have to look at my ranking. I know exactly what I would do. Well, I guess I'll tell you. I'm going Brian Robinson.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Over Alvin Kamara. Because
against the Philly defense.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. And I think that I can't depend on Alvin Kamara. I think he's going to be hurt.
I was going to say, he's not even 100%. He didn't even finish the game.
Exactly. I don't think he's going to be able to be. And that's my issue. And not that Alvin Kamara is not great, because he's still one of the best running backs this year. I think he's hurt. I don't think he's going to be able to finish the year. I think Brian Robinson is healthy. I will go there.
ETN is going against the Raiders, though.
He is. He's a good thought, but I'm not going to replace Kamara with them.
I mean, Brian Robinson is basically the only back we have right now. Nichols will be in. Nichols will be in there, but or Mick Nichols will be in there, but
going to get touchdowns because you guys have hard time scoring touchdowns unless it's from 20 yards out. I think B-Rob is going.
Hey, no, we scored twice in the red zone to Terry McLaurin. Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. But
I feel like it's going to be a good football game. I'm hoping we can pull it off.
I don't think you pull it off. No. You don't. You can't play with Philly, but Philly could be defeated by you.
Because if we lose, Philly clinches, I believe.
Yep.
Because obviously they'll have 3 games technically, because we would have to get 3 games on them, and there's only 2 left after this. So.
So what would you do though? So what would you do? B-Rob, ETN, Kamara?
I'm definitely not going to go Kamara because it's just he didn't even finish last week. I mean, I do like Brian Robinson because he's going to get the majority of the touches, which Eagles defense scares me. But I think, what did he do last time he played the Eagles? I think he got like 15 points.
I mean, because if he scores a touchdown, he falls in the end zone. That's it. That's why, I mean, that's the thing. And as I said, I don't think Kamara's going to play, even if he, does play.
13.7 last time he played. Yeah.
He's the same.
I mean, I think ETN will have a higher ceiling.
Really? I don't even think that.
No. I guess ETN really hasn't been doing anything, and he's splitting time with Bigsby.
And ETN's still not doing anything. I have ETN solo, even against the Raiders. I have him outside the top 32 running backs.
I guess, B-Rob has to be the play, then. Convinced me to pick my own player. B-Rob.
And he said, I'm in a league on ESPN where I play round one team twice, 15 and 16. I've seen that before, where you had to play them 2 weeks in a row. So you don't get like a magical 1 week. You can score, like say one team beats you by 5.
Does it take a cumulative points for the 2 weeks?
Yep.
Oh, that's weird.
So you do that, and then all of a sudden you can come back. Even a bad beat, you have to get bad beat twice.
So what, only 4 teams make the playoffs or what?
Yeah, usually. Take the top 4 in 2 weeks, 2 weeks.
Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Kind of cool. Yeah. The Atlanta Falcons.
All right, let's talk about their Christmas list. First off, you got to pray that Michael Penix Jr. is ready to play. All this crap y'all talk about Kirk Cousins. We knew what Kirk Cousins is. Kirk Cousins is still the same guy. The problem is you're depending on him. And I always feel like anytime you depend on Kirk Cousins, you're the wrong one. He's great if you don't depend on him.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just going to build around him, it's like, hey, he's going to be a cog. He's a great cog in a watch. That's just what he is. He's going to keep on rolling and rolling. But as soon as you depend on him, then you have a problem.
Well, I think if you pair Cousins with a great defense, you can win games. But surprisingly, the Falcons' defense has not been good.
Well, I mean, I think Kirk Cousins himself hasn't been good. I mean, you can't go.
Oh yeah, he's been throwing picks.
Yeah, like crazy. 8 interceptions and 0 touchdowns. You can't keep on doing it.
Yeah, no
more. And then thinking, oh, it's going to be okay. So in that instance, that's why you have to go Penix.
Let the Raiders come back. Like, how crazy is that,
dude? Because
the Desmond Ridder led Raiders team with the 4th-string running back.
He has like some type of brain fart. I don't know, and especially Atlanta.
I'll talk about the Falcons defense.
That one. I'm just thinking like if Penix can hand the ball to Bijan, right, and he has a rapport with just one receiver, he's already better than Kirk Cousins.
Are these position players for the Falcons not as good as we seem to? Because we all thought with Cousins and this new regime, oh, Bijan's gonna fly. Oh, Kyle Pitts is gonna be amazing. They're almost doing worse than they did last year.
Well, I had Bijan as my number 4 running back this week, so I think Bijan has been doing pretty decent.
But he's still not getting in the end zone. I mean, the Falcons as a whole are getting in the end zone, but
exactly, it's not
even when they were getting in the end zone in those shootouts, it was always the receivers.
But he has Kyle Pitts. He has 8 touchdowns. I think it's the way they're calling the games in some of the ways. Drake London, once again, another person who, if you're inside the 20, even though he's a big body receiver, can't score inside the 20. It's just, is it him?
He scored 1 tutty, but he only had 2 receptions.
But wasn't it? Yeah, but wasn't it one of him running in it? Like it wasn't from like in the red zone. He ran the ball into.
I think it was just outside the red zone. It wasn't like the deepest of passes, but it wasn't like in the red zone. I don't think.
I think he has like
this is crazy to me. In that Raiders game, Kyle Pitts led all people in receptions with 4.
Yeah,
and he only had 28 yards.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Kirk was just having a bad time, man.
It's just
it's weird because I like their right tackle, McGarry. I think he's been doing decent. Lindstrom, decent. Dowman, decent. Bergeron, decent. Jake Matthews, decent. Like there's no big issue with any of those guys. They have decent line, good running back room, decent receivers. If you're looking at something, it has to be the quarterback, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But going forward, I'm going to say that Atlanta wants a defensive end. They need a real game record defensive end.
Yeah, Judon just doesn't seem to be cutting it.
Yeah, it might be he's at the end of his rope, or it might be that he needs someone on the other end.
On the other side, like they're just double teaming, triple teaming him, and then
exactly.
He's at
the Montez
other guy's like, nobody's blocking me, but still can't get there.
Yeah, the Montez Sweat effect is like Montez Sweat is literally, triple teamed every play, and we're like, he's only getting to touch the quarterback 5 times a game. Like, well,
you think he's sad he's not on the Commanders now?
No, he was stupid. No, I don't think he does.
I was thinking about that actually. I was like, dang, how funny is it that 1 year later we're like 9-5 looking at the playoffs, and you guys have lost like 8 in a row.
Yeah. 8 in a row.
There's actually a picture of him on the sideline, and I was like, he doesn't look happy.
I think give it a year. Just like I said, you guys, I thought the way the team was put up, because I thought that Daniels was the right play right now. I think in a year the Bears are going to be much better. But if they would fired Eberflus and brought a different offensive mind before, maybe it would have been better for us. But they definitely need a defensive end, and I wouldn't mind a corner, and specifically a nickel corner. A good nickel corner is almost like having a third safety on the floor on the field, and it kind of makes up for a lot of mistakes that you have. So I think if Michael Penix Jr. is good, a good rush defensive end and a nickel corner, this team is cooking with grease. I mean, it can be really, really good. Anything I missed? You think?
I do agree. I think their offensive line is pretty good, and like you said, they got the weapons. Like, I don't understand how hard it is to get Pitts the ball. I don't know how hard it is to get Pitts the ball, but apparently, that's asking for way too much in life.
I think they don't understand how to use him. So they're trying to use him as a wide receiver instead of using him as an elite tight end. So, or not even elite tight end, as a backside tight end. Can you imagine him like dragging across the field with his athletic ability?
Mm-hmm.
So you run play side with the receivers and everything, right? And then backside, do a drag route or a deep in or dig route. Those things. That's what he's amazing at. Because then you give him the ball in space, and then he gets to use his athletic ability. They're trying to put him in the seam and throw the ball in between players, and he's obviously not good at doing those things. That's not where his elite talent comes in. So use him the right way, then all of a sudden Kyle Pitts becomes a monster.
Don't disagree.
So that's why I think. Yeah.
I mean, all the things that like you see, like even the Commanders do. I mean, not obviously this week because Zach Ertz is hurt, but like you see the receivers go out, and then Zach Ertz is just like, "Oh, I'm over here."
Exactly.
And then because they're too busy worrying about the receivers, boom, you just hit them, and then you let their physical abilities take over once they catch the ball.
Exactly. You're not
right.
trying
Every time you see Kyle Pitts line up, he's like, "Why are you like 30 yards downfield?"
Why am I'm the number one option? Why are you trying to thread the needle? If I was a wide receiver, right, I would be a wide receiver.
Right.
That's the issue. You got two guys, and really, I believe Drake London is the same guy. That's another issue. Like Kyle Pitts, Drake London are the same guy.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So if you had a real number one, Drake London will be outstanding. Can you imagine if like someone like Mike Williams was on this team? Then Drake London will look like amazing. And then because you had two options at wide receiver, it makes Kyle Pitts better because now he doesn't have to be a one or two option. Now he is that dragging tight end across the field. That you get the ball in space. All of a sudden, everything opens up. So maybe we should put a wide receiver on that damn Christmas list.
So we have three things: one more corner, another edge rusher, and a receiver.
Mm-hmm. And now all
of
a sudden,
three things, this team could be scary.
I think that this team is,
and maybe move off on Cousins. Just eat the 32 mil, call it a day.
Oh man, Arthur Blank's not gonna be happy with that blank check.
Yeah, well, I don't know why they gave Cousins all that money anyway. So
exactly, it's your fault. It's been like Prime treating Hunter better than Sanders. I think Hunter's been Sanders' best friend for such a long time. He's like he's been in his life for such a long time, so I think it's okay. Because Shedeur is freaking amazing. Shedeur is going to be. He doesn't have to worry about Shedeur. You don't have to worry about him at all. Like he is literally the best quarterback coming out in the draft.
I mean, Travis Hunter is basically like his son at this point. He's known him since they were like
6.
Yeah, it's been a long time he's known him.
You know the father mood you saw with him talk to his girlfriend, Travis Hunter girlfriend. He told her, "Your ass up." she's like, "Yeah, okay, here it go." It's like, oh man, that's hilarious. So I got a hard one. What's on the Seahawks Christmas list? Seattle Seahawks. Cool. This is really interesting in itself because the question is, what is Geno Smith? Is he the future? Is he the past? Are you trying to get rid of him? Because they could win this division. They obviously got two good receivers. Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet got two good running backs.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, what is this team?
The tackles, what is it? The right tackle especially has been struggling, but I still feel like the problem. I still feel like the talent is there though. Like maybe replace the right tackle and the offensive line should be good.
Yep.
And then I mean defensively, they're pretty stacked defensively too.
I mean, nothing is like a huge flashing light of things that you need to have. I'm not sure about Ernest Jones the fourth. Like he wasn't. I thought he was going to be amazing, and he's been hurt a little bit more than I thought he was going to be hurt. Boye Mafe, I've been enjoying him. Draymond Jones, I cannot believe that he's second string guy right now. It just shows how much talent might be actually there. Devin Witherspoon is special.
They need a new. I mean, I'm sure the guy just got there, but maybe a better defensive coordinator.
Utilizing this team, even
or at least honestly, maybe a new secondary coach, because I feel like the corners like Tyreek Woolen and Kobe, like they're good, but I just don't like Woolen especially has been struggling this year.
But why is Devin Witherspoon your nickel corner instead of being your left cornerback? I've always wondered this.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Devin Witherspoon, you saw what he did last year. He literally was putting handcuffs on people, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was getting the ball. It was intercepting the ball. You can blitz him from the left side. So why would you put him in nickel corner? Because he's such a good run stopper, but you stopping him from being your number one corner.
Like you imagine if you put, because Woolen is probably not looking so good because he's playing all the number one receivers.
Exactly, but
Witherspoon on the number one, Woolen on the number two, and put Kobe in the slot.
Exactly.
Imagine how much different things could be.
I think that makes way more sense. I don't know what they're doing right now, but I think that's a issue they have right now.
Everybody can have this sensual, okay?
I honestly think that the other problem is that they are a 4-3 defense using a 3-4 base. When you look at their players, they're really a 4-3 defense. Mm-hmm. That's what they need to be. And using this 3-4 base is not getting the same pressure as they would be getting, because now, even if they do, they're rushing 5, right? And then they drop it back less. If they were in a 4-3, they could be rushing 4, have one guy back in the backfield that's a little bit better. So now you're stopping the wide receiver, stopping the throwing of the ball a little bit more, right? And I feel like that is a little bit of an issue. So And I think
they switched to a 3-4.
They have too
many Seahawks games.
They have enough guys to be a good 4-3 defense and good pressure. You know, they have a great 3 technique there. I'm looking at it, I'm telling you. So they have all the pieces that you really want. And I don't know. I thought they were going to be even better than they are right now. I thought they were going to run away with the division, and they're doing anything but that. This division is tight.
They need to work on being consistent, because like the Seahawks will have games where they look amazing, like 2 in a row, and then like 3 games in a row, you're like, what team is this?
Mm-hmm.
Because like they started 3-0, and then they lost 3 games, and they were 3-3, and then they won 2 games, and then they lost another game, and then like they just keep going back and forth. And it's like, oh, what Seahawks team are we getting this week?
I mean, but they tie in the division with the Rams. Doesn't that tell you that they're a wide receiver? I mean, a quarterback, really a consistent, good quarterback away.
Yeah.
You know, so that's where I am. I think the quarterback might be the issue.
If it's a Christmas list, what quarterback would you give? Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold would be nice.
I mean, he's got the weapons, 2 top-tier running backs, the 3 receivers.
Everything that he was looking for from Minnesota, that might be a really good. And he's basically Geno Smith, but 4 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy to replace Geno Smith with the Jets. So now you can come and replace Geno Smith again with Seattle.
There you go.
And let Geno go to Cleveland and see if he can continue to resurrect his career from there.
Oh, Cleveland. Oh, that should have been one we did.
We'll be the show will be over by then.
Not bring in Deshaun Watson. Not guarantee Deshaun Watson's entire contract.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, that would be the regret. Team regrets. That's a different episode.
What can we do to not be stupid?
Right.
Well, let's just do opposite of whatever Cleveland's doing. All right. I think it's funny that we're talking about Cleveland, and this episode of Gridiron Heights is about the Chiefs getting sued. So court. I don't know. That I found it funny. Deshaun and then court. Whatever. Let's worry about it.
It is pretty funny.
Maybe just ironic. We'll see.
It's ironic.
All right. We're going to play it through, and then we'll go back and see if there's anything we missed. We know the Chiefs are in court. You see the San Francisco 49ers, Joe Burrow. I don't even know what Sean Payton's there.
Is that Kyle Shanahan? All beat up. He's the one with all the injuries.
Representing this team. That's great. All right.
That is pretty funny.
Here we go, guys.
After months of suspicious losses, the aggrieved parties have joined together against a common enemy. This is the people versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Dun, dun.
Your Honor, there is concern the media is on their side.
Well, they do have stars.
Nah, I mean, they're literally defended by Chris Collinsworth.
Wow! Look at that no look for. I tell you, this kid.
Oh, that's awesome.
Plaintiff's call, Mr. Justin Herbert.
Game was ours, bro. But and doink them? I don't understand that.
You blame the Chiefs, but Mr. Likely, what is this white substance by your foot?
I never said
Likely's story.
We're in field goal range. The game was ours to win.
But we didn't, did we?
It was my fault. I fumbled the snap. I did it.
I moved a strike.
Overruled. Not what that means.
Plaintiff's call, the literal devil to the stand. Now, Mr. the Devil, did you or did you not make a deal with the Chiefs?
I ain't never seen these guys in my life.
Dismissed.
Thanks for the errors, Travis. My daughter loved it. All right, go out for dinner later?
I'll take it from here, Chris.
What?
Not so long ago. Remember when I was small? Is it possible you hate us because you ain't us?
Oh,
wow.
How did we miss that?
Objection!
The interview quotes.
Can't handle the Chiefs.
Order! Jury finds the Chiefs guilty. After further review, that call is overturned. He's win.
And with a high ankle sprain. That's what makes Patrick Mahomes.
And with a high ankle sprain.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I hated to do it to my own team, but did you see how mad I made Yankees fans last week? So I say to UNC, sure, I can get you Belichick. The guy owes me several favors. Sorry, it's fantasy playoffs, so I've been super slammed making sure Cooper Kupp had a bad week. Jerry Jones and I used to be tight, but I had to cut him out of my life.
Oh my God. Hold on, wait. I want to see this Mike Tomlin thing one more time.
That was fun. No.
Chiefs.
I ain't never seen these guys in my life.
Dismissed.
Thanks for the Eras tickets, Travis. My daughter loved it. Mike, still on for dinner later?
Oh man, that was good. I just now noticed that behind the Chiefs was all the referees with blind glasses. With like blind glasses.
You see, the law is the law until 75% of the owners decide otherwise. I love this episode. This is really good. I didn't think I saw any hidden things.
It wasn't really anything like behind.
I want to watch this one more time. Hold up.
Call is overturned. Chiefs win.
And with a high ankle sprain. That's what makes Patrick Mahomes.
I love it. It's one of the things I hate about Chris Cole. He didn't do the Thanksgiving game, and it was Tirico and Garrett, and I was like, oh, I could listen to these guys all day. Even though he was a Cowboys coach, but like Chris Collinsworth just bothers me because he'll especially depending on what team is playing, he'll just sit there and talk about the best player on that team the whole time.
And not even a game, not anything that matters.
I know, and it's just like, dude, I used to hate watching the Patriots on prime time.
I don't like
Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that. That's what makes Tom Brady the GOAT. I'm like, okay, we get it. You want you some Tom Brady. Calm down, man.
Whatever. Oh, Anthony said, go back to the Mike Tomlin. So the reason why they did that with Mike Tomlin is because you realize he hasn't lost in like 20 years.
Yeah.
He's had a winning season or a non-losing season for the last 20 years. So we're still on for lunch, Mike? That's what he said.
He's saying, why the devil talking?
Devil talking to Mike Tomlin. They say he sold his soul.
And then Mike Tomlin just said, like, no.
Keep my name out your mouth.
That's too good.
What's up, my guys? Balmy Blazer. Dude, I wish you saw this, Kadani. I think it was hilarious. That episode was so good. I'm gonna watch it on my own as soon as we get done with this. Watch it one more time because I just enjoyed it that much.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. It was like you start laughing and then something else happens and you start laughing hard, and the next thing you're just laughing uncontrollably.
Exactly.
Those are the good ones.
Oh, you got anything else for us, Mark? Mike. Oh,
I'm like at work now. Every time I answer the phone, Mike, is that you? Oh, my name is Mark. Although I got called Matt earlier, so that was different.
Well, I'll never do that. Unless Mike Tomlin is literally on the screen. That's the only reason that would happen.
I don't know. I feel like the playoffs it's crazy that even with like 3 weeks left, outside of like one or two things, I feel like the playoffs are pretty much decided. It's kind of weird.
I feel like the season just started and it's already over.
Well, no, there is that, but I'm just saying I don't really feel like most of the playoffs already being decided with this much football left.
No, that's true. That's true.
I mean, the Commanders are the 7th, and they're 9-5, and then I think the Cardinals, who are 7-6, are behind them.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the same way in the AFC too, though. I mean,
6-7.
Is this a reason? Is this a reason to not get 18 games?
All right. I feel like outside of like the AFC West, that's still kind of up for grabs. Or not AFC West.
NFC.
That's the Chiefs. They already clinched.
Yeah.
The NFC West. Because like even the Texans already clinched the South. The Eagles can clinch the East with a win over Washington.
Well, parity's not there, right? I mean, that's what the NFL has always been talking about, all this parity. And that's why we need more teams, more games, and all that stuff. So that's a reason why I think that you can't give us another game. So 18 games, if you already don't have parity now, it's only going to put more divide, more space between the good teams and the bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
So then all of a sudden you have weeks that people don't need to see.
Yeah.
You know, in the NFL, the thing that makes everyone love it is because every week you have to pay attention. And that's going to go away if you keep on going to all these games. So I wonder if that's going to stop them.
Well, I guess the NFC North isn't decided, but I mean that all three of those teams are going to make the
playoffs. Yeah,
so,
just in some way.
I feel like seeding still has a chance to change a bit, but
the teams are there. That's just
not even the NFC really. That's pretty much.
Well, it's because you have
team limps in from the NFC South. Looks like the Buccaneers. Who would have thought? Like 6
Buccaneers
weeks ago,
when they're 4-5. Yeah.
Who would have thought? And then they win 6 in a row.
We were saying they're the best 4-5 team I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And we were right.
Well, we also said that they have a stretch of schedule coming up. That we're right about that too.
All right, so who do you think wins this Thursday night game? Denver Chargers.
I don't know. How healthy is Herbert? Because he got hurt last week, didn't he?
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to be healthy. He was a full practice.
Okay. I think the Chargers. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be close. I won't be watching it. I'll be on a train to the North Pole. But
yeah. Woo.
But I don't know. I think the Chargers will pull it out.
I'm leaning Chargers, but which quarterback do you think has had the better year? Bo Nix or Justin Herbert?
We'll go Bo Nix.
Well, I guess it depends on what we call the better year. Because guess how many interceptions Justin Herbert has thrown this year?
Well, not a lot, because I know he went like 700 snaps without throwing one. He has 3. Is it 2? Okay, I was going to say 3, but I was like, I think it could be 2.
But he only has 16 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's not throwing picks, but I feel like yards and tutties are kind of.
So down. Bo Nix has 13 more yards with 68 more attempts, but 4 more touchdowns and 9 more interceptions. So it's all questionable. I don't know.
And they both have pretty solid defenses.
And I guess it depends on who runs the ball better.
That is true. I do feel like since J.K. Dobbins got hurt, that offense hasn't been the same.
Exactly. And all they're doing is looking for Lad McConkey every other play.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it.
They're literally Courtland Sutton and Lad McConkey, the same
guy. Gets the tutties. QJ gets the tutties, okay?
That is true. Donnie says, Chiefs win after further review. Yes, exactly. That's probably going to happen this season, too. I'm going to say the Chargers pull it off, too, in a very close game. Okay, and then we have Kansas City at Houston on Saturday. Who wins that one?
It was who? Kansas City, Houston?
Yep.
I'm gonna go Chiefs, but I think it'll be close. Well, I don't know. Is he playing?
He practiced fully today and yesterday. It's like practicing fully. Why is he playing? Like, why? Because they want to have the number 1 seed instead of number 2? I mean, that's the only reason I can have. They want to have the number 1 seed instead of number 2. That's it. Because Patrick Mahomes is apparently is going to play.
Well, that's the argument. I make the argument that I don't know. I would almost let Mahomes. So there's 2 arguments for letting Mahomes play. One, you don't want to go to Buffalo. I mean, you already showed you couldn't beat Buffalo at home. I think the last thing you want to do is go to Buffalo.
I think they could beat anyone, anywhere, especially in the playoffs.
And then, yeah, exactly. I agree. But then 2, for me, do you really want your starting quarterback to have that much time off before you play in the playoffs?
Now I want them to have a lot.
Have we not seen people who rest their players just get absolutely destroyed when they finally play their playoff game?
But when you have a high ankle sprain, why don't you give them a week off? And then you get back in the game with Pittsburgh and Denver.
It's true.
You know, just give them a week off.
Especially on a short week, followed by a short week.
Exactly.
Give them this game off so you have extra time going, and then you have even more extra time going into the last game.
And that way Carson Wentz could go ahead, let him be playoff ready by playing a tough team that you could still beat. So, I mean, that's what I would do, but, you know, I'm going to say the Chiefs win no matter who plays. And then the last thing we're going to go over will be Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Battle of the Titans is really for the AFC North. Whoever wins this game is probably going to win the division. How do you think it goes? And understand, Pittsburgh is in first, guys, not Baltimore.
Sorry,
the reason I asked this is because, as I said, Pittsburgh's at 10-4, Baltimore's 9-5, but I feel like everyone feels like the Ravens have the better team, right? I feel like, you know, when you look at it, you feel more comfortable with the Ravens. The Ravens are having bad loss to bad teams, but they're destroying other teams that are good. Pittsburgh is just kind of sneaking by. They just feel like they're good enough. So I feel like Baltimore's a better team, but can Lamar Jackson even beat them? Lamar Jackson just doesn't seem like he's ever beaten Mike Tomlin. So,
and speaking of ankle sprains, is TJ Watt playing?
I don't believe so.
That sucks. Not only that, but I don't think Burns is playing either. So I go find me some defensive linemen for my semifinal matchup, I guess. Put Karlaftis in. He had 15 points last week. He'll probably get 3 this week.
Yeah. You got to do it for Mahomes.
And then I hope you like these teams, because on Wednesday, all 4 of these teams are playing again. Ravens and Texans and Steelers and Chiefs.
So where are you going with this Steelers-Ravens?
I mean, I think all signs point to saying, like you said, the Ravens should win this game, but I don't know. I'm not going to count Mike Tomlin and Russ out. Although Russ did just lose his first game.
I wonder.
Second game? First game?
Yeah. Second game, I think. My question is can this team do anything without George Pickens?
Oh, it's George Pickens, though.
You know, George Pickens didn't play last game. That's why the game it didn't look good. So what happens without George Pickens? He was questionable. He missed the last game. He's questionable for this game. He didn't participate in practice on Wednesday, which tells you enough right now. They probably going to hold him off to the Chiefs.
We'll go Ravens.
I don't think Pittsburgh can win.
No TJ, no Pickens. Arguably your top and maybe second or third best player on your team. I think you got to go Ravens.
I think George Pickens is a little bit further down as best players on the team. But
you think so?
Oh yeah, I think I'll take Patrick Queen, Alex Highsmith, Minka Fitzpatrick, Joey Porter Jr.
Well, you just said without him the offense is sputtering, so I figured he was important.
He's important, but I think everyone on defense, but I think defense is better than he is. I didn't say not one good person on the offense. Not one good person in the office at all.
Yeah.
You know, I think the Ravens win, but I also think that that's part of my bias because I think the Ravens should win because they have the better team, they have the better quarterback, they have a better running, and literally they should win and walk away with it. But yeah, I think we'll see. You know, I think we'll see.
It is crazy though. I was just thinking about it. Like, there used to be like, oh yeah, you had one or two teams that were obviously really bad, but then outside of that, like most teams seem to be pretty even. And this year, I feel like
it's obvious who's good and who's bad.
Yeah, like you could like I said, the Commanders are like 9-5, and underneath them, you have like 7-6. Like, it's crazy.
I think it's going to be very.
I guess it would be 8-6.
I think it's going to be obvious who's going to be the better teams, but it all depends on who wins these divisions. I feel like the AFC has been. I've known who's going to be in the AFC playoff race for 4 weeks already. No one's surprising me. So I just think that it tells me if you go 18 games, you need to go ahead and give them a second bye because player attrition is a problem. You don't believe me? Ask Detroit, who might be the best team in the league, but they're probably not going to make it to the Super Bowl without all those players. Their entire defense is gone. The entire defense is gone. They only have 5 of their starters back. Still, that's it. 5. 3 of them are defensive backs. That's it. That's all they got.
I was gonna say it's just the defensive backs, isn't it? All their linebackers and their defensive linemen are out.
They have one linebacker, all the defensive linemen, and just the defensive backs. So like,
they got Campbell still.
Yeah, Jack Campbell. So that's what my point is, though. Everyone else is gone. Yeah. So with that being said, I think you needed another bye week. I think the NFL needs to take a hard look into that. Especially
if they do go to 18, there will be 2 buys.
They don't want to do it. The worry is you start Labor Day weekend, people aren't around home and they're all barbecuing, and you miss out on the views. And then you go to, if you do that, you can't go past President's Day for the Super Bowl. That's what they want, President's Day, so they can have the weekend. So you have a built-in Monday Super Bowl day off.
Yeah. So if you you got to add another week for the game. Damn.
Exactly. So you get to go to Labor Day.
Damn.
So that's the issue going forward. But
that little detail. By adding the game and the bye, that's 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Well, maybe you get rid of the stupid week between the Super Bowl and the championship game.
They do that for media purposes. They make a lot of money.
It's a build-up thing.
They make a lot of money from the media and flying them in and having all the people talking. They're not going to give you more money. They're not going to take money away.
There's no way you can have that long of a season and not have two buys.
You can't. So I don't know how
tear on those bodies.
And they said that they're never going back to Labor Day weekend. So NFL got some thinking to do. You know, and we want to see it happen, but I don't know. Maybe you go more weeks, less teams. That might be the only way you could do it.
Less teams in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
But then you get less cities excited about their playoff run. So,
it's true.
Luckily for us, we don't have to figure this stuff out right now. So we will worry about that another time. All right. We're going to get out of here, guys, because we've been here for about an hour 15 almost. But I want to thank everyone for jumping in. Kadani, Anthony, Alejandro, Derpy earlier. Thank you guys for chiming in with your questions and your all the things you talked about and your comments. And we will look at Gridiron Heights again next week, and we will see you guys maybe not Wednesday because it's Christmas,
I'm saying I was going to say.
But it might be 2 weeks off for this show. But we'll definitely see you on Sunday for the morning spec.
Oh, for sure. Sunday for sure.
So, all right, guys. Thanks.
All right. Later, guys. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Getting hyped when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. When I watch me elevate.